If you're going to go the best number 9 in that generation, who is it? I'm going Karim Benzema.
I'm going Suarez.
I'm not against it. I've never picked Suarez, even if it was Suarez. So it's not going to happen.
Nah.
Benzema, the thing about Benzema, he delivered. Yeah, he scored goals. Played the backup dancer for
He
how
did the
many
Rooney
years?
thing, didn't he?
And then when the main attraction left, said, "Guys, give me it all."
What did he
score?
Did he score 46?
And won the Ballon d'Or.
What did he score? Was it 46?
40-something goals, man. Crazy. I've been Scottie Pippen, but I can be Jordan. That's what he said. I've been Scottie Pippen, but I will be Jordan when it needs to come. And went out there and delivered and said, yeah, with a bit of style as well.
And just put a Champions League on the table, was that?
Yeah. Put the Champions League, put La Liga and the Ballon d'Or all at once.
We're back together, boys. You know, the big
boys
comeback.
are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
Public demand.
But listen, it's not just public demand. Can we just put this to bed, please? There has been no fallout.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
In the comments, all that's happened is Steve needs more time to himself to lose weight. That's what he needed. That's what he needed. And we've given him that time, we've given him that space. Sometimes people need space for these things. And we're nice guys, we do this.
Oh,
Do you know
man.
what I mean?
Good interview with Lewandowski, by the way.
Oh, sick.
Legendary.
What a guy.
Who's
Seriously.
next? Because you've been pulling out bangers.
Yeah, we got a wicked one next. Can I say? Yeah, we got Jorginho, one of your boys.
Oh, this
Yeah.
and you had a little to do as well, didn't
And
you?
then we had a little back and forth a while ago. It gets addressed.
Rio addressing his past comments again.
Yeah,
you don't want to miss this one.
Yeah, it gets addressed. So it was a little bit on a knife edge at one point. But it was good. You know what I liked about it? He actually had the balls to come in and go, no, I want to talk about this. And he said after, I'm so happy. Ashley Young wants to speak to you, actually.
Leave this one up then, doesn't he?
But he said after, I was so happy we spoke about that.
Wibbling on for about a year to say he's going to come in.
Youngie, you're getting called out, brother. You're not scared. I know you're not. He's training. He's
is he? Yeah.
He's 39 on the books, right?
Yeah, nah.
So he's got to work hard.
So, after watching Amorim's training sessions during the week and everyone getting gas, people at Flex doing videos and stuff like that, the real game arrived. One game, one idea, 1-1 against Ipswich. What did you guys think about it?
It's what Manchester United have been this season. 1, boring.
Yeah.
2, lacking a goal threat. Ipswich isn't the place that you would have chose with Kieran McKenna and how they play and how aggressive they press. You wouldn't have chose Ipswich as the place that you would want to go to for your first game in charge. And they probably deserve to beat us in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Without Andre Onana, we lose that game.
100%. Let's cut the crap though, because let's not act as if you were looking at Ipswich going, oh, this is going to be difficult. You guys thought after watching those videos and the excitement, to an extent, rightfully so, new manager, most fans were like, yeah, this is it, it's going to happen. And I think I think the scoreline brought you guys back down to reality.
There's a natural reaction to always to a new manager. There's a new manager bounce, not that we had the bounce in the game after the first 2 minutes, but
we had a first 90 seconds.
Yeah, but there is a natural, like, everyone's the eagerly awaiting to see how the new manager does. But I don't think anyone in their right mind's expecting drastic changes game one. He's trained with the guys 2 days, yeah, and then he goes into a game, away from home, anywhere in the league. We've all found with our teams you can go anywhere in the league and get beat. That's why it's the best league in the world, right? So it is it's not the hardest place to go, but it's a difficult place to go, to be honest. But I'm not sitting here going, I wanted to see it perfect, because I think his interview was really telling after. He said a really good comment about, do you want me to go in and I can play tight and I can play really kind of conservative and win games and get in the top 4. So without saying that, but like just be secure, right, and get points and win games, etc. But we won't be anywhere further ahead. He's basically saying, I've got to stress these players, test them, give them new ideas, implement my training philosophy now and the structure and the different asks that I'm going to have with what I need to be a good team. And these players have to go through it with me, right? But this time next year, he's saying, we will be a better team. He's done that. Not in the Premier League, not with Man United, it's a different ask, but he's done that. So he knows that road. He knows what he's got to do. Time will tell us.
I think our in-possession shape is the exact same as what it's been all season. It's been a 3-2-5 build-up. We've been trying to overload whatever that back line is. Going forward, no changes really to everyone's sort of ideas and what they're doing. It's defending where I think it changes. Now, I think there's the speed of the Premier League, things have to be instinctive. If he's your man or he's my man, I need to know that to my bones. And when a transition happens, I can't think, oh shit, if Joel misses, do I go? Or do I stay and hold? I need to just know what it is. And I think that's the hardest thing that's going to take the most time for the players to learn and understand. You've obviously played in most of a back four, most of your career, but you did play a back three at West Ham. And did you do it in England?
Yeah, with Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you've grown up playing a back three, it is alien to you because your distances are different. Don't forget, it's you and your partner as a back four. Your centre-back partner, you and him shuffling across up and back together, right? But when it's a three, the right and the left-hand side centre-halves have to have the ability to go out wide to wide areas. One, to receive the ball, but also to go and defend. You very rarely have to go out to full-back positions because your full-back's there in a four. But in a three, you become a centre-half stroke full-back at different times in the game, and it's understanding the distances when to go. Because if you got to think about it, if you've got three of you there, and the game goes on to this side of the pitch, and one centre-half goes out wide there, there's a massive gap there now. The two centre-halves, do they come across? Does one come across and the other one stays now in a big space in the middle? These are all question marks in your head. And that's why I go back to the point of training sessions. You need training sessions. I was at West Ham, played a back five all the time while we was there. I signed for Leeds. Leeds only played 4-4-2. All of a sudden, because of me, big money signing, Rio's come in, we have to change to adapt to him a little bit. We go to Leicester, we were a good team back then, get beat 3-1. But Leeds were expected to win that game. Like you say, Steve's touched on a perfect point there. The uncertainty, not just in the defenders, throughout the team. The shape. Everyone, before you're going to press someone, you're going, should I? That split second there, the picture's changed, the dynamics have changed, and the ball's in a different position. You're all over the place. So you never ever lay a glove on anyone at that point. And that's how we was at Filbert Street. So you have to train these things. It's a new system, whether it's a 3 or 4, but it's a new idea from the manager. You need time on the pitch to train and to especially recreating game situations that players are going to see. As many them situations you can see in training, it will become easier in the game. We could talk about training and doing this stuff, but you need match-like situations to arise in training every single time you train and keep going at it. So that it becomes normal. It's innate that I smell where I need to be. He mentioned Johnny Evans yesterday about going out, and as a centre-back, I knew exactly what Johnny Evans will be thinking, should I go, shouldn't I? That should I go, shouldn't I? Just the thought of it, it's too late. He should know to lock onto that to Hutchinson or whoever it is he needs to go into. Because if you don't, Hutchinson's turning, banging it in the top corner. Well. Or he's playing it in behind you, he's playing it into another player. So this system is about you've got to get up against people. He wants the people to be aggressive. That's why Martinez will do well in that. Ugarte does well in that.
Will do well in that as well.
By the way, Mazraoui.
I rate him.
I like him a lot.
I rate him.
He's my favourite signing.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
On the ball, calm, beating people at times, defended, got a bit about him.
You seen how many jewels he's?
Yeah, I've really liked him. But
plays with his heart.
What the manager needs though, and what he's going to be looking to, who's coachable? And actually who wants to be coached, who wants to learn something new. Because these guys have to understand, this is going to be hard. And it should be hard. It should be where they're being stressed mentally and physically every day. Where they're coming home from training going, oh my God.
If you're Amorim now, what do you do in training? And I don't know how much of this happens at United. There's always little whispers and rumours of like League 1, League 2 teams coming down for a Tuesday morning and playing a 60-minute game and stuff like that. Does that
You get the 18s. Bring the 18s over. It's a great experience for them. How many times the 18s or the 21s team will come over and set up like, I don't know, they're playing Arsenal at the weekend, set up like them. And like, we're gonna show you how they play against us, how we're going to beat their press or certain things that they bring to the table. 10, 12-minute little drills, stop it. Some are different. Adjust it. I didn't like 11v11s in training. I hated it, because I just didn't like it. But we never really done it at United. But every now and again, if we're going through a tough spell, we'd do that, and the manager would go like this: refine the fundamentals, the basics on the big pitch, 11 aside. And on the back three, what did you like or struggle with when you played it? So I played centre most of the time. When I was a kid, I played right. So I'd have to go out and defend, but I was quick when I was a kid, so I didn't care going out and defending big spaces. The two wide siders, that's where Luke Shaw is brilliant. He could be a left-sided centre-half, by the way, in there, because I think he's done it for England. He's done it for United. He's quick, he's strong, he's aggressive, he can win his duels. I think he'd be perfect. He just needs to stay fit. But if you've got the two outside guys who are comfortable to go out wide and defend and get on the ball in those areas and be comfortable, you're laughing.
Lenioro
Would be brilliant at it. The one I used to prefer was centre, because when you're centre, the right one, left ones can drive out, but I didn't mind driving at people. So to come out and commit a midfielder, then there's going to be a midfielder spare somewhere as well. And I like that I could go both ways. If I was dropping a shoulder or I wanted to pass it or fake a pass and come in, and also the community had to cover both sides because I was quick and I could read it. I was happy to cover both sides. But I think a lot of the time you see that the older, more slower one probably plays centre because there's a bit more protection on either side of him as well. So De Ligt might be better in there for that. But there's a lot, the distances is key as well. Like I said, when you're shuffling over, making sure the distances don't become too stretched or you're too tight.
In a back four, the weakness is the gap between the centre half and the fullback.
Yeah.
So in a back three, the weakness is whichever distance ends up being
too big. Or one of the centre halves on the right or left don't want to go out to the wide area. That's what happens a lot. And when that happens, then there's a big space created in the wide areas where you get exploited. So when we used to play against United, back in the day, they'd play 4-4-2, but they used to play and set up against us when they had the ball 4-2-4. So Becks and Giggs was so high, but that meant like there are two centre halves, either had to go out wide, or what happens normally, the two wing backs drop back and you become a back five, then you never get out.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to be brave and aggressive. But these are the things that Amorim, he don't accept that going back into a five. He wants it a free and get out, be aggressive, two wing backs really high. So there's a lot to go at.
Were you happy with Ahmad's performance as the right wing back?
Listen, game one, I think as a winger to play like he did yesterday, he got done probably once in the game, and when the long ball over the top. But I don't think if it was Dalot, he probably got done with that ball. We've seen him get done earlier in the season, so I don't think it was a glaring like, oh, he looked like a winger playing wing back.
Yeah.
I thought he done all right. I think with the ball, I think it helps you get out because he can take it under pressure and he beat the press. That's what I liked about him.
I see him collecting the ball from centre half position at one point. He's not afraid to come back and do the dirty work.
I think he's a really intelligent footballer.
Yeah.
I think his decision making is great. Like him and Mazraoui, I think they're both the same. Like everything that they do, I go nice. I'm not going, what are you doing? Like everything that they do is like, it seems measured.
They look coachable as well.
Yeah.
And at that point I made before about being coachable, these players haven't produced. Let's not try and sugarcoat it. These players haven't produced because managers are getting sacked left, right, and centre over the years. So, and a lot of them have been here for a good period of 2 or 3 coaches. So they're as much to blame as the coaches, right? So they now have to show that they can be coached and that they're willing to be coached. There's new ideas coming to the table. You're going to get a little splinter group that goes off and goes, oh, what's he talking about? Because he'll be gone in a couple of months or a year. No, you want them all to come under one roof and be united and go at it together. I love these comments about Mason Mount as well. I love this player. Like you can see him. He's seen something in him. Maybe from afar, I want to get that onside. I need to get that back out of him.
He's another one, though, isn't it? Coachable.
Yeah, he's shown he's coachable with the coaches. All the coaches who coach him love him.
Do you think Ahmad's in the right spot though? Because I think he suits that sort of
the 10,
half space 10.
Yeah, I think he's better there. But then you've got Bruno there.
Why not them two?
And yeah, you got them two. It could evolve to being that. You got Bruno there. You got Marcus who might end up Garnacho.
Where does Mazraoui fit into this? Because I think you have to get him in there because I think he's just one of those footballers that just hit him and Ahmad. They crush it on the duels. They crush it on decision making. They're both comfortable. They'll both take the ball under pressure. I think you have to find a way for both of those two players to be in the team somehow.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised walking in there because I think what always happens is you walk in as a manager, I'm sure, and they expect out of certain people. They expect a level out of Bruno. They expect something out of Martinez because he's seen enough. Ugarte, he knows him. But there'll be one or two that you go, and I didn't know anything about this kid, and I like it.
Like a Mainu
and I think Mazraoui will be one of them, and I think Ahmad will be one of them as well. But because also, I think they're adaptable. They've shown that they can be adaptable. Mazraoui's played left. He's played right. He's played centre half now. Do you know what I mean? Ahmad can play wing back. And I think you have to be coachable. I spoke to Maresca the other day, and he was so to think that players can't be coachable, it's a choice. You have a choice. Vardy, we've all said, can't come short. Only plays long. When they won the league, everything, drink water behind, running on the shoulders. That's all he's been known for, and scoring goals. Maresca goes into Leicester, and I spoke to him the other day about this, and he said one thing about Jamie Vardy that stood out and was pleasing, he was very coachable and was open to new ideas. And people told me he couldn't come short and receive the ball and link. He can, because he proved it last year. and that's down to a coach demanding off a player, but then the player being receptive to that and saying, okay, yeah, if I'm going to stay here and be here, I've got to kind of find a new way of doing it and work at it. And these players now have the opportunity to do that, and we don't want them to disappoint, man.
Before I touch on post-match antics, and I'm not talking about Roy Keane offering someone outside in the parking lot, I am going to look at...
We're going to get a part 2 of that video, because
Mate.
is there a part 2 or not in the car park?
Yeah, mate, I don't know. And
I guarantee Roy Keane ask someone to discuss something in a car park twice a month.
Yeah.
There's no danger.
Over
about
parking spaces most of the time down at Sainsbury's or Tesco's.
that. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Before we
Someone
go
cut
on
in front of McGreg's.
Yeah. Your left wheel's out of the box. What's going on there?
Before we go into that, obviously Amorim, he did a post-match interview as well when you had Ed Sheeran pop in. How did you reckon he reacted to that? And obviously online it makes a little bit of noise. What were your thoughts about Ed coming in during the manager's first interview?
Was he sloshed,
Yeah.
Ed? Was he smashed? He must have been smashed, isn't it? But you said a good point before when we was out there.
This is what you want from your rock stars, yeah?
Exactly.
What
I
do you
don't want a rock star turning up stone cold sober and giving me like great game analysis. I want him to be mangled and like chatting rubbish, just going on a mad one.
Welcome to Manchester. Anyway, so here's a question.
Because Noel thinks he's a commentator now, doesn't he? Noel Gallagher?
But it couldn't have happened to a better game, could it?
I know. It was brilliant, wasn't it? But you know what? He was actually good. No. I see you got a bit of heat online, but I thought he was really good. He was Darren Fletcher on TNT. He was really good.
Yeah.
He was actually better than Ali McCoy and Darren Fletcher.
Yeah.
I'm not having Ali McCoy slander. Ali McCoy's a great commentator.
He's like a national treasure now,
Yeah,
isn't he? Ali
McCoy's a
McCoy.
national treasure.
Question time. From Ban Guns and War on Twitter. Should Amorim prioritise a system that suits the players he's inherited rather than forcing this 3-4-3 setup down their throats? A lot of the players looked out of place.
No, I think he kind of hit the nail on the head. He said that he could play a game that's safe and conservative and churn out 3 points and keep everyone happy. But he said then we're not going to be improving and we'll be the same as where we are now next season. He gets this job because of what he does as a manager and a coach. He's played a certain way. Why is he going to change what he does? Why?
It's the Premier League, though, isn't it? Sometimes, if you look, for example, you're going to kill me.
He'll adapt a little bit, but he ain't going to change the key fundamentals of his team.
If you look at, for example, Angie's a bad example this week because they've just absolutely slapped up City. But he's been criticised for having his way. No. He doesn't like to adapt too much.
That's not the point.
Have to be that, though.
Yeah, but I don't think he gets a job because he's identified because of the way he plays, yeah, and the style of football, right? Okay, so that's 3-4-3 and whatever he does with it, yeah. So why are you going to say that, but you can't do what you've done to get here, why we picked you and why we've identified you? No, do that, but then become adaptable within that.
Got you.
Stay who you are. Pep done it. Pep came, implemented all these ideas after the first season, realised actually things like second balls mean something in this league.
His second balls interview on the press conference was one of the funniest things ever. What the fuck is second balls?
Yeah. But you found out.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, game intelligence, I better adapt to that. This is it. We're not saying change. So I think it's like players.
We are talking about that, by the way, aren't we?
What?
You know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we are, yeah.
Right
but these players, this is the difference as well, Joel. These players and the team that have been here for the last 2 or 3 years have done nothing to suggest that any manager should adhere and change for them. They need to change for him.
That's a good point.
Where the difference is at Slot, at Liverpool, he's gone into a team with a very settled environment.
Not really changed anything, has it?
He's tweaked.
He's tweaked
bits.
Grabbing Birch, putting the way he's played. But
he's tweaked individuals, but the tactical side of it.
Grabbing wins they don't deserve as well. That goal of Salah's against Southampton.
Yeah, but that's
championship
we've done that.
form.
Yeah,
We've done that. You watching it, and I was like, oh, they're going to win the league.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a few mates who are Liverpool fans in one of my groups. It's
no one wins the league in November, guys. Let's calm down.
You don't know nothing about winning the league, bro.
No one wins. I know that. You don't win it in November. I know that.
He had shades and the trophy in November last year. Remember, cigars, everything.
They're on hiatus at the moment. We'll be back in February if we're 4 points behind. This is what I was going to ask you. All these 9.5 strikers, I'm still waiting for an explanation. Where are these goals coming from? Because I'm confused. Did you buy Xerxes to score? I'm not trying to dig him out, but I am at the same time.
You got something against Xerxes?
No, because I need someone to explain to me. I'm the guy watching from the outside, and you guys, the viewers, can tell me as well. You were like, no, he's a 9.5. He said he's a 9.5, and you were there agreeing with him. What does that mean? You've had goals.
He's not going to score a lot of goals.
But why did you buy him then?
It's Firmino, innit?
Come on, bro. It's not good enough. And I know
The thing is, we ain't got goals.
No.
I said that in the summer. I know I did. Right? We haven't got goals in this team.
It's a long-standing problem, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, like I just said outside before, we have, in the last couple of years, lost Ronaldo, Sancho, Greenwood, Cavani, right? There's probably at least 80 goals across that foursome, right? For various different reasons, they're no longer at Manchester United. Rio tried to throw Anthony Martial in there, but let's relax. So all of those players that you've got, they were goal scorers. Back in 2012, we was clearly trying to chat his mate up Lewandowski. We actually got Van Persie over the line, but at that time we had Chicharito, Welbeck, Rooney and Dimitar Berbatov.
And we signed the best striker in the league to win the league.
Welbeck, who's still banging in goals right now in the Premier League.
Like, when you look at this team right now, you've got Rashford, who's like 1 in 6 is brilliant, but 5 in 6 could be a dozen goals at best, right? You've got Ahmad, who at most has scored, 3? Something like that in his career.
And he's one of your best attackers.
I think he is our best attacker, but he's a rookie, right? So you're asking him to do some stuff he's never done. You've got Højlund, who is potential, but not proven. You've got Xerxes, who looks like he plays for Saracens. You've got Garnacho, who's got the decision-making of a cat, right?
Don't talk about Garnacho like that.
He's probably your most effective
His decision-making's awful.
No.
Awful.
But you can't be perfect.
Awful.
He's a kid, man.
Awful.
But he's a kid. He can't be perfect.
Okay,
yet.
but this is our forward line. So this isn't like when we had Ronaldo coming in and we had Rude.
Would you not start Garnacho?
No.
What? No. Who's your front three now then?
In this shape,
yes. Right
Bruno,
now.
Ahmad, Højlund. Pair of 10s and a striker. No. That's the system.
No one's running back. No one's running behind the opposition.
Højlund runs in behind.
Not enough.
Højlund, mate. That guy.
Garnacho.
Are you going to play Rashford?
No, I'd play Garnacho.
As a striker?
On the left.
Or as on... Yeah, but I don't think he's close enough to the striker. None of them got any touches of the ball yesterday. Because he's still playing as a winger.
No, but you can't this is a process. We can't expect it. Oh, right, they need to look like the sporting team now. It's impossible.
No,
we can't expect that to be the case. Surely,
I don't think he's number 10.
Man United fans give Garnacho stick. Right? I've noticed this. I'm not saying that it's not deserved, but you guys need to respect him, man. He's got you guys out of a lot of situations.
Look, he's going to get goals. He's going to get assists because he's mega determined. He's got the memory of a goldfish and forgets what he's just done 5 seconds ago.
So that's a good trait.
It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo.
Let's call him Nemo.
Ronaldo would have
What's Nemo's mate?
Dory. Before he started scoring, Ronaldo was having 10 shots a game at United. But we was a team that would allow 10 shots a game. And it didn't wig you out as much because Rude would score or Rooney would score. So it's not a drama. When we're not scoring goals and Garnacho's douching them over the bar,
well, someone's
or
got
not
to do
passing
it
it when someone is.
Because it's not as if when Højlund doesn't get the ball, he's just there. No expression.
But just go back to this one.
Garnacho plays and doesn't create for anybody else. That's my problem with him. His decision-making is awful. So that's our forward line. That's our entire forward line. So who out of those comes close to Cavani or Ronaldo?
But in football, these things happen.
We need to get goals. And we're going to have to buy them because you're not going to bring them through. You never bring goals.
Can he reboot Rashford?
No.
The
guy scored in 80
I'm living in hope, man.
It's all he did.
Steve, man. Steve's mad.
Name one other thing he did.
No.
Can't remember.
There you go. He made 8 passes.
That's one hope that I have. I just hope that he reboots
Rio,
Rashford.
I play Euro Millions. I'm all for a risky bet, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a sure thing, is it?
No, it's not a sure thing, I know, but if there's one player that I hope he can get change out of, it's him.
Same.
It's Rashford.
I just don't...
Same.
I think Marcus needs to leave because he doesn't look happy playing for Manchester United at the moment. And he should be the happiest person on that pitch because he represents us.
I think the most important factor here is Amorim as himself sitting there going, Can I go back 3 years and see what I've seen Rashford scoring 30-odd goals in a season? Can I get that guy back?
He scored. I know it was within the first 2 minutes, but he still scored.
That's something to note.
Exactly.
But it's reductive to talk about a performance and just go, well, he must have played well because he scored.
No, I'm not saying he played well, but your issue is right about now we've said it's goals. And if a man's not playing well and scoring, you still got to go for the guy.
Performances lead to chances. Chances lead to goals. It all starts with performances.
Preach.
It's all well and good to say that, but you guys ain't got no goals on the scoreboard. So right about now, you have to
because the performances aren't
goals.
I think this again.
And you're contradicting yourself, because when we're here talking about Garnacho and how he has to play because he scores goals, you're there saying, nah.
No, he's saying he don't create chances.
Doesn't create for anybody else. His
You,
decision making is bad. So it all goes back to the performance. What's his performance saying? I'm not hiding poor performance with stats, goals and assists. Because his goals and assists are strong.
Still better than Zertsky and Highland.
Yeah, they are strong, but the performance is weak. So everything always goes back to performance, and that's why I think Ahmad's our best. Has he got the most goals and assists? No, but he's our best because he makes the best decisions. He's winning his duels. He's winning his dribbles. Like, he's the one that's creating for other people.
Amorim dealt with that really well when talking to Gary Neville, by the way.
About what?
About the whole Rashford going away for 5 days and stuff like that. I think he handled it very
even
well.
The only reason why people are on his case the way they were, is because he was wearing chains and he had a grill in. And he had a mad hoodie on, because I didn't see the same energy for Casemiro.
No, I think that, but I think it's also form, because remember last time when he
did. You're either allowed to go on holiday or you're not.
It's because I think when you look at Rashford, the fans go extra hard on him, or people go extra hard on him. It's kind of like, remember when he did that interview when he was talking about he's still relatable, and I was vexed because he was wearing whatever he was wearing. It's like sometimes when you've been out of form for so long, right, every little thing you do, people try to jump on it. Amorim was correct. He goes, listen, the club didn't put any restrictions on where he could fly around the world. He might have to come in and look at that time period, because he thinks that more than 3 days is too much for a player to not be active. He goes, but at the time, he didn't do
But I guarantee you, I bet Rashford was training when he was away. I bet you.
He posted a photo in the gym.
Did he? See? I bet so these guys, they do it. But my point is, just because a player wears something or chooses to be clouted out in diamonds doesn't give anybody the right to judge him, and that's what's happening.
Look at how every NBA player arrives for a game.
Yeah, but what I would say is that I wouldn't have done that trip, but I don't think he's wrong for doing it. Yeah, I just personally, I think it's easy if he can get himself up to game mode, it's the same way by still doing that. That's fine if that works for him. Everyone's different. I wouldn't have chose that. He don't
look happy in himself. So if he needs that to go and get his head straight,
go and do what makes you
that might
happy.
Be a positive thing.
That's what I said. Like, it's just like people look at Scottie Pippen. You were talking about Dennis Rodman. He needed to.
Bad example.
Yeah, a bad example.
But you get away with doing all this. This is another point. You get away with doing all this if you're winning and playing well.
It's true.
You can go and you can go out glitzy and you can look at people and say, "Talk to me." Say what you want. If you're not doing well, it's about understanding.
Jordan, you've seen it before. Of course you've seen it.
I love the
Jordan. I know you do.
My favourite documentary.
I know.
Watched it about 15 times.
What was you saying? Wait.
I want to know who was that guy at United when we was winning, that he was just like, is he out again?
He needed to let off steam. It was all right for him to do that, but he needed
Seriously? Probably be me, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. At one point, it was probably me. Because I just loved it. I loved it. When we won when I first signed, because you've got to remember, when I was at West Ham, it was probably the worst environment to grow up in. It was win or lose, have a booze. If you draw, have some more.
It just seems like Julian Dix is the person saying this.
The team bus on the way home was like a pub. It was unbelievable, right? So everyone was drinking, smoking on it, and me and Frank Lampard used to sit there looking back, going, "Oh, one day we'll be back there with them guys," right? And then I go to Leeds. The professionalism jumps up again. It's better professional, but we still went out.
You and Robbie Keane were saying that you was doing donuts outside the...
Yeah, but that was on the nights when we should.
Okay.
Right? Doing madness, right? So it was okay because there weren't a game for 48 hours or more. So we went out at the right times, but we went out and we had good, solid all-dayers. We even had a team called the A-Team. We used to go away, like when we went to the old firm derby, about 6 of us went on a mad weekend. Anyway, then I signed for United. And I know from being with England, the United guys like a drink, but they were really conditioned and professional at the right times, not crazy like doing it 4 times a week, 3 times a week, which I was used to doing before. So I didn't get there. And then when I first signed, I got injured in a pre-season game before the season started, and I was out for 6 weeks. I went out every night.
No way.
I was out Tuesdays. Feelers. I wanted to see what it was like. What was the atmosphere like? What was the vibes like?
Where was it? Summer 2002.
Circle.
Yeah, Circle. I'm thinking Sugar Locks.
Sugar Lounge.
Yeah.
On the locks. What a gaff. R&B, hip hop.
I went in there one night and Justin Timberlake's in there, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, mad. And then you had like another place. What's it? Press Club.
Oh.
Bubblegum all over the floor. Like, unbelievable place, yeah? But the manager found out and it kind of slowed me down with one comment, like, if you want to stay here, you watch what you do.
Was you out with Dwight York by any chance?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Too much. But I was going out, but I've been out like probably 4 times a week for 6 weeks, right? And I knew the people in the restaurants knew my name, and the bars, they knew me. Like, I getting tables, this, that, and the other. Really immersed myself in the culture of Manchester, right? Like you should do when you go to a new club, right? And then I realised if I want to be successful, because I'm going in half cut some of the days when training starts, and I'm thinking at the beginning, Gary Neville ain't going out. Scholes's not going out. Roy's not going out. I mean, Ruben Amorim not going out, and the sessions are sharp, man, every day. So I had to curb that and become much more professional and fit in with the guys. And then my game got better, etc., and I grew into a better player. But it's understanding that. But you have to have a time where you go out. You have to put that aside for yourself to go out and just let yourself go a little bit.
What's the pressure like at United? Is it more now, do you think, or is it more then?
It's more scrutiny now.
You think?
Yeah, because there's social media. It's never off. Yeah. We had the papers and Match of the Day. That's it. And then it's over. On to the next one. Whereas now, these things live for a long time. You're a meme for a long time. They don't go away. Do you know what I mean? You're the butt of everyone's jokes for a long time. But Rashford going to the basketball match has been a whole week. Like, it's over nothing. It shouldn't even be a story. But that pressure, it's the intensity. It's like, you look at it and you go like, 100% every day. That's what the demands are of the top players, the top teams. If you're going to win, City winning 4 in a row, that's 100% every day. They ain't having days off. That ain't like going in going, you know, I'm going to go at 50% today. Actually, I'm going to have it right off today and just like ghost for a session. Doesn't happen. The data doesn't allow you to do it, for one. And the players make you accountable. Anyone who's half slipping in training, they get digged out. So you've got to be on it every day. The ones that ain't won't be there for 5-10 years. They're there 1 or 2 years, gone. See you later, 3 years max. See you later.
But that's not the case now. They are there for 10 years now.
But by default, yeah. But my point is, they don't play them guys. They're squaddies. They're in the background. But to be the elite, the top players, do you know how draining that is? Like, that demand. Imagine going to work every day in your jobs and going, I have to be on it every single day. It's difficult. We can't do it. Post-career, I can't every day be at 100%. It's impossible. I find it. At school, I weren't. There's school kids out there. You tell a school kid every day you've got to come in and give every single ounce of yourself every day, every lesson. That's the demands of a footballer.
There's only 1% in the population.
There's a small percent of people that can do it. So that's the analogy for people to understand. And then, by the way, not just give 100%, but win as well.
Yeah.
And have the scrutiny and have the pressure of the press, the media, the club, your teammates, and you got to win every day as well. That's a mad pressure. So no wonder City are sloping off. Dynasties don't last 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
They last 4, 5, 6 years max.
Then you've got to restart.
Then you've got to restock it and go again. Yeah. So there's burnout. That's why there's burnout with players. That's a hard thing, Nations man. League. Every day.
Goodness. Listen, Roy Keane said United's attacking threat is not good enough.
Got to see you watches the pod.
I think we can all agree that.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, that is it? I think the stats tell you that. You've seen the last 3 years, the last 2 years, 30 plus goals behind the champions. You can't compete if you're 30 odd goals.
We haven't got positive goal difference.
Yeah, when we finished 8th last season on the strength of that.
That is crazy.
But I think our defence is all right, you know, like personnel wise, and I think the midfield, I think they haven't got the right shape in there just yet. But I think like personnel wise, defence, midfield, and I like the keeper. It's just the goals. Forwards are not good enough.
But are they not good enough, or are they lacking confidence?
They're not good enough.
Okay. Again, that's a big part of this manager. He's got to find a way of rebooting these forwards, because it's not like they're getting chances. By the way, just we're not finishing.
Yeah.
Beginning this season, we're creating chances everywhere we went. We created chances, but we ain't got a killer at the moment. Can Højlund become the killer? I think the most important factor here is Amorim as himself sitting there going, Can I go back 3 years and see what I've seen Rashford scoring 30-odd goals in a season? Can I get that guy back?
He scored. I know it was within the first 2 minutes, but he still scored.
Yeah, that's something to note.
Exactly.
But it's reductive to talk about a performance and just go, well, he must have played well because he scored.
No, I'm not saying he played well, but your issue is right about now, we've said it's goals. And if a man's not playing well and scoring, you still got to go for the guy.
Performances lead to chances lead to goals. It all starts with performances.
Preach.
It's all well and good to say that, but you guys ain't got no goals on the scoreboard. So right about now, you have to
because the performances aren't
goals.
I think this again.
And you're contradicting yourself, because when we're here talking about Garnacho and how he has to play because he scores goals, you're there saying, nah.
No, he's saying he don't create chances.
Doesn't create for anybody else. His
you,
decision making is bad. So it all goes back to the performance. What's his performance saying? I'm not hiding poor performance with stats, goals and assists. Because his goals and assists are strong.
Still better than Zertsky and Højlund.
Yeah, they are strong, but the performance is weak. So everything always goes back to performance, and that's why I think Ahmad's our best. Has he got the most goals and assists? No, but he's our best because he makes the best decisions. He's winning his duels. He's winning his dribbles. Like, he's the one that's creating for other people. He created 2 chances yesterday.
His assists when he plays are not too bad though.
Title race, let's talk. Right?
Oh, let's get into the title race right now, because you
back on.
You're probably not even talking to him about that, are we?
I'm not talking to him. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's back on.
Liverpool.
If you're in a title race, so Brighton.
No, it's
yes.
whatever. It's back on.
And Spurs.
That was a strong argument, wasn't it? Whatever.
Yeah,
and Spurs.
Spurs and Brighton. If Spurs and Brighton are in a title race, then you are also allowed to be in a title race.
We all know Spurs are going to lose next week. They beat United. They lose the next game. Come on, man. They're a yo-yo club. We've already been discussing this.
Do you think you're in a title race?
It's still there. We're 9 points behind in November.
Listen to what you said. Yeah.
It's back on.
You're 9 points behind in November. And you've got the audacity to think that that's a title race.
Nah, because listen,
wowzers.
Liverpool will get found out soon. Some of these funny performances that they're putting on.
No. That goal that Salah scored yesterday, I went, just start carving the name in it right now, because you only get that when you're going to win the league.
That's the wrong mindset, Steve.
It is doable, though. It is doable. I've played in teams where we've been 9 points ahead with 8 games to go, or 8 points ahead with 9 games to go. And the Aguero goal, they win it last day of the season.
When we drew it.
Yeah, we drew it, that game.
But then, and if you look, City, at one point, Arsenal were 13 points clear.
Yeah, but it was Arsenal.
You know?
Exactly. Know your opponents.
But what I'm saying is it's possible. You know?
With Arsenal.
We haven't seen...
I play the Euro.
We haven't seen... This is going to be a very interesting period for Liverpool anyway, because they got Madrid coming up. They got City next week.
Yeah.
They got a few big games coming up.
What if they win both?
2002, 2003, my first season at United, we trailed Arsenal at 2 separate times of the season by 8 points and won it by 5.
It's Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. You've got to know who you're playing
This is football heritage.
Yeah. It's heritage.
It's not football heritage.
History don't lie.
It just means
football
it's possible.
heritage. You call Spurs Spursy, but you're more Spursy than Spurs.
Raw.
No. Spurs, they're bad because they don't win anything.
I'm going to put this on to you because I saw this the other day and I was like, that's absolutely bang on. Mikel Arteta is no better than Pochettino.
No, I thought you was going to say Southgate.
I heard that one for Southgate as well. Gets the team to near it but can't finish it off.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Do you think that?
No, I think Arteta actually understands tactics. Go on.
I don't agree because we won an FA Cup. Poch didn't win anything with Spurs.
You mean Emery's team won an FA Cup?
No, well, you say that, but he still had to play teams to get to the final. He still had to play City,
so in
Chelsea.
the 5 years or so since he's been around, totally transformed the team. Now you don't win things.
Steve,
they spent about $1 billion.
Steve, it's your first week back and you're 12th. Zip it.
Yeah, we're not even on that. We're not even on that grid. I saw that grid come through on the sheet that we get done for this show.
I have to scroll up on the apps reel to see where we are in the table.
Let me go online because it ain't on the sheet that I've been given.
You can log on to the table and have to go like that.
You're not that far away, but you are.
We will win the league
away.
before you do.
Yeah, I guarantee you that.
I don't see that.
We'll win the league.
No,
do you know how hilarious that's going to be?
Clip this up.
When he's been sitting here posing with the cigars and we've had so much cake in it, and we win the league before you do. Because what happens, so if Liverpool win it now, your little challenge is over.
Yeah.
That's it. It's game over.
If
Real Madrid going to pick off Saliba and all them lot.
Yeah, if Liverpool win it this year, Pep will be there again. I think Pep comes back and wins it the following year. So that's another 2 years before you lot even thinking you can try and win it. Like, it's just mad. It's mad for you lot.
You guys are talking about us. What about you guys? You
guys
are running through managers.
We're 12. You just told us we're 12.
We're not walking in with sunglasses on in November.
But you still got managers walking around going one team, one idea, one game, one training session.
He's been here 1 week, bro. What are you chatting about?
You guys are getting excited.
1 week.
Yeah,
been here 1 week.
You guys, please.
By the way, talking of winning the league, Liverpool are going to go close, if not win it this year, unfortunately, right? Did you see the quotes from Salah?
Yeah,
about the contract.
Before we got into Salah, isn't that just proof that Klopp weren't all that?
No, maybe he's just time had come to an end.
Are you talking about?
He just burnt out.
That's his team, bro.
Right?
He said that is his team.
So his team, he couldn't do nothing with them. wins 1 title in COVID in June, right?
Still
Slot rocks
won the
up.
Champions League.
No players signed, by the way, with Slot. He went, there's a title.
That just
Bosh.
is he pissing over Klopp then? Is that what he's doing?
Prove me wrong.
Is he just said, Klopp, listen, mate, whatever you
He
were
walked
doing
in,
was
he went,
whack.
no new signings. Figure out how to drive this manual, right? Bosh first place.
So Emery is praised for the FA Cup, but then when Arteta comes and delivers it, it was Emery's team, and now Slot is going to win might win the Premier League with Liverpool.
It's called an agenda, Joel. Keep up, right?
Come on, mate, make it make sense. It's the second one today.
It makes sense.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's be honest though. He ain't changed a lot.
No.
He's just tweaked things.
Yeah.
Some of those players are impressing me, though, man.
It's the goals, though, isn't it? Look at the forward line.
Yeah,
through
banging,
Diaz,
banging
through all of them. Through Salah and Jota and
Salah,
every single...
if they don't re-sign Salah, they're crazy. How can you not
go
have
on,
an
give
offer?
us the quotes
The
from
quote
Salah.
is, I haven't received any offers yet to stay at the club. I'm probably more out than in. Wow.
Is that what he said?
If like Liverpool aren't doing everything, they should have been 10 offers already on the table and he might have knocked all 10 back, but at least there's offers and the intention's there. Like,
Not even a text.
This guy,
not even a, are you up? Nothing.
Just like he is. Salah's the best right winger in the world. Liverpool are treating him like, I don't know what's going on there. Like he's some bit part player in their squad. He's the most valuable player they've got.
That is insane.
Is he their best ever player, Premier League era?
He's their most productive.
Yeah.
Is he their best? Yes or no?
Yeah, but it depends.
It depends what's best. What's the best?
Because if you're looking
he ain't
at
a better footballer than Stevie.
Steven Gerrard, yeah.
He's not a better footballer than Stevie.
Come on.
He's not.
Come
Steve,
on.
Stop it, man.
But he scores more goals and he's more decisive at the top end of the pitch.
Steve.
Salah is a killer. Salah's a killer. He's a stat man. He wants to just bang out all the stats and just break all the records. I saw a stat that I put in a group the other day. He's at 8 goals behind Thierry Henry's record.
Wait. We don't need that stat.
He is. He's 8 goals behind Thierry Henry's record in terms of goals, and we know what we all say about Thierry. So he's sitting at the top table in the Premier League, right, in terms of goals and assists and game-changing moments, etc. But if you're going to say, a player that I want to go and watch and who I think's a better football player, I'd say Stevie.
Yeah,
I do.
Stevie, Eden Hazard. Come on, bro. There's players that you would go and watch. Like, come on, he's back with the agenda.
But it's again, like, as a manager, you might take Salah first.
Are they expecting him to ask for mad cash for his renewal?
Who?
Salah, but is he worth it?
Of course, he's worth it.
Salah's got to be looking around the league and say, guys, you go and do your due diligence. Who's the top earning player in the country?
And put that on.
And I need to be
bit of paper.
£5 behind, like the worst case scenario. Or if you want to give me a bit more, I'll have it. If I'm his agent, I'll just say
the
that.
other thing is, if you go and try and sign someone to compete with him or replace him, it's 100 million starting point.
Oh gosh,
Isn't it?
And 250 a week.
Yeah.
He's asking probably for 300 or 350.
It doesn't make any sense to not
Actually,
renew.
I think he's probably asking for 4.
And he's worth it.
It's probably worth it,
He's
yeah.
worth it.
L'Oreal.
Oh, you're doing
L'Oreal.
3 and 10 bag a goal or something?
L'Oreal.
No, he's worth it. How would you give him a 1 year, 2 year? What would you do? Because he's 32 years old at the moment.
Don't you know what United did with Scholes and Giggs and just it's a rolling
Just give him.
mega deal?
I just think there are only certain players. It's not like it's going to affect everything. There's certain players that can demand this. It's not like he can go, listen, I want this and I want 2 years now because I ain't showing no signs of slowing down. So give me 2 years. And then people at clubs go, we have to set a precedent and we can't allow for this. There ain't another Mo Salah hanging about.
Yeah,
and there ain't going to be for 10, 15 years.
Virgil van Dijk is probably the only other one in Liverpool that will go and go, well, I want near enough the same or just
Yeah,
behind.
and he's just justified performances.
So those two.
And his impact on the
that's
squad.
it.
Yeah, who else? Maybe Alisson. But then after that, there's no one else. Oh, and you put them in another bracket. And so when people come in, their agents go, yeah, but what about... Don't ever mention his name again because I'll slap
How many
you out
goals
the
has he
room.
scored? What's the total number of goals he scored?
270 something goals, I think.
So let's start there. So how many?
Let me see. It's here.
So
It's
Curtis
here.
Jones walks in. Is like, I want Mo Salah numbers. You go, okay. When you get Mo Salah numbers, you can get Mo Salah numbers.
Right, let's have a look at this. Thierry, he's now just 8 goals away from equaling Thierry Henry's Premier League goals tally. Thierry Henry, 258 games, 175 goals, 74 assists. Mohamed Salah, 275 games, 167 goals, 75 assists. So Thierry done it quicker by a few games. But he's sitting around the legends of the game here, numbers-wise. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute he's a better player than Thierry, because he's not. And I think Mo will tell you that. But goals, man. My man delivers.
I respect him.
He's
respect him
in
highly.
like 4 or 5 years of plus 30.
Yeah.
I respect him highly.
Ridiculous.
Killing it.
Talking of strikers, man. Lewandowski, you seen the interview? Did you see the interview, Steve?
Yeah.
It's
What a guy.
legendary stuff.
What a guy.
He seems like laid back, relaxed as well, but yet he's a killer.
Yeah, man. One of the best nines of the generation. I put Karim as my number 9. We talked about this earlier, but I'd put Karim as my 9. But this guy, you know what I like? There's a humility, there's a soft side to him, there's a vulnerable side to him.
He's flying this year.
He scores goals. He's very reflective. Like, he's aware of who he is and his impact he can have on the younger generation, like Lamine Yamal and all the others coming through at Barca. He's just a wholesome kind of guy. You know, you meet someone and you go, you know what, I could go out for a meal with him. He was one of those guys. But what he said is he's Klopp. If you didn't hear it, if you're really interested, he talks about him like a real turning point of his career, a big moment. He became like a father figure. Conversation, really good, deep. Anyway.
I love that, man. Speaking about strikers as well, did you guys see Harry Kane score on the weekend? He did the Bundesliga side.
I don't think he meant that.
What do you mean? What?
I don't think he meant that touch.
Seriously?
I reckon.
No, because I don't. Who brings the ball down in the 6-yard box? He's never been taught that in his life.
You meant to shoot it.
You meant to tap it in. It was a bad touch. It popped up in him.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I need to see it again. Personally, from what I saw, I thought it was just a great touch, and I think sometimes Bundesliga defending can be. So he does what he wants.
Strikers, I don't know any striker. If there's any strikers out there, get in the comments. Has ever been told, bring the ball down from across in the 6-yard box? You nudge it on. You help it in. You help it on. He's gone to help it. It's been a bad touch. The Skechers flicked it up in the end. He's headed it in.
But I only saw it once though, so
great. It was a nice finish. It was nice.
But
he's hit 50 goals.
He's broke a record, hasn't he? He's the fastest to 50.
That's mad. It's gone like, he's done it. When Haaland was doing it, everyone was going, oh my God, maybe because he was young. But Kane just slapping records like it's nothing. He needs to just add a trophy, man. If he has a trophy, it just solidifies and cements everything.
He'll get one.
He's probably going to win the league this year, aren't they? But like, it's hilarious if he doesn't.
No, man.
It is.
You got to want him to win it, man.
I don't.
No?
Well, why?
What?
It's
Come
funny.
on. It's funny.
Of course it's funny. How'd you be that good? Because he is, by everybody's standards, mega.
Oh, he's top, but don't win.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
funny.
You're bad mind. That's bad mind. We call that bad mind. You got. I want him to do well, man. I want him to win. I just think it justifies all of the hard work, the diligence, the reps that he's put in. That you can see he's so clean finishing wise. See, he's passed for England the other day.
Yeah.
Only Rooney as a striker does that.
He's one of the best.
He does.
Out of English
He's a
strikers.
weird, a little bit like Rooney. He's a weird position because he's not really the 9. He doesn't occupy the 9 sort of areas, even though you clearly do to score the goal he scored at the weekend. But yeah, he plays as a 10. He's a playmaker for England.
A few random points before we close. Martin Odegaard is back.
Why are we shouting about Arsenal?
I'm just saying we're sizzling. Did you see?
You're sizzling.
Did you see the
What
pass?
am I hearing, man?
Wait, did you see the pass he played to Saka before he scored?
Beautiful.
Just the little touches, the little.
Do you think
you
Chelsea
missed
finish
that.
above you this year?
Nah, no chance.
I wouldn't be so certain.
No chance. But also, speaking about Chelsea really quickly,
Palmer.
Nicholas Jackson,
He
deserves shout outs because
He's not as bad as people
great
think.
finish, by the
Exactly.
way. I was speaking to Maresca about him. I asked him, like, do you think it's unfair the criticism that he's received? He waxed lyrical about him. Yeah. He was like, no, he scores. He scores enough goals. He assists. He works. He runs. He plays the role that the number 9 needs for Maresca's team. Yeah. But Cole Palmer, every game I watch this guy, he does something that makes you go, "Ooh, that weren't normal." Like, he played a pass the other day. The weight of it, man, but wraps it in. Like, bad player.
What's your thoughts on this whole he doesn't score against big teams notion?
This is your narrative.
I just said
Typical Arsenal fan narrative.
What's your?
Yeah, but it's not about always scoring. He's the one that makes them tick. He opens games up for them.
Do you know
all
what
the
as
time.
well? In a big game, the big players get marked by another big team.
Yeah, by big players.
Yeah.
Or
But what that does is it'll open up space for somebody else to go and make something happen.
Well, I think we can all agree this has been the best present so far this season. It was great to have you guys back both together.
I enjoyed it,
It's been good.
There's a bit of nostalgic vibes.
I didn't recognise who was in front of me first. I was like, who's this guy?
Well, it's half the man.
I'm telling you.
How much did you weigh before?
In June, so in Euros, 267 pounds, 120 kg.
120 kg. You unit.
And I'm 91 now.
91. I'm 91 now. I've lost 7 kg, 8 kg.
I'm going to be in the 180s by.
Yeah.
So that'll be about 78.
What's better in your life now you've done a bit of weight?
That's a good question.
Hitting the gym So I always, like, you know how active I was anyway, but the Red Bull would be like, it'd kill you with the tiredness.
He was sponsored by Red Bull.
But yeah, it's just having weirdly, more energy. Now you're not having an energy drink like 8 times a day. So it's just the consistency in the gym's been way better. And it's not been like go hard for 2 or 3 weeks and then toss it off for 2 or 3 weeks. Like I'm probably about 100 days without really missing more than 1 day, really.
Well done.
Mate, well done. Anyway, guys, we will be back together, right? The day after Arsenal versus Man United.
Oh, when's that?
Well, that's on the 4th of December. It's Wednesday the 4th of December, but we're going to be together on Thursday on StreamYard. So I want you guys to make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a big one.
I just hope Amorim's had a few more training sessions for that game.
Just a few.
It's soon, that, you know.
It's too soon.
Joel Bayer, Rio Ferdinand, Stephen Howson, signing out. Rio Ferdinand presents. Peace.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Rio Presents. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be here every Monday throughout the season, so tell your mates and all get involved, man. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address or use hashtag RFP on social. Make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed and you'll never miss an episode. See ya on the next one.